Hi T. So many congratulations. After all, you have been AIR 1, that too in CA IPCC, and then again in CA final. You must be very proud of yourself. And many congratulations to you, to your parents. I think शायद उनका ही सारा का सारा good wishes है, best wishes है जो चलती है. Plus आपकी hard work, आपकी जितनी आपने मेहनत की होगी, everything finally paid off, right? चलो. So wishing you really a great career ahead.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
ठीक है. Really. अच्छा, कुछ बातें आपसे पूछना चाह रहा है जस्ट फॉर CA स्टूडेंट्स से कि उनको कैसे प्रिपेयर करना चाहिए, बिकॉज डेफिनेटली अब आपका ये AIR 1 आया है तो आप अपने कुछ टिप्स बता करके और उनको थोड़ा सा गाइड कर सकते हो कि आपने कैसे प्रेजेंटेशन किया, क्या क्या. अच्छा, तो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन मेरा ये रहेगा आपसे कि आपने कितना टाइम पहले अपना सिलेबस खत्म किया, कितना टाइम रिवाइज कर पाए आप सिलेबस को?
So my first round was finished 3 months before. Then I gave 2 months for my sort of second revision. Like the entire course was finished 5 months before. Then I did my first revision 2 months.
Okay.
Then another second revision which I thought would be done in 1 month, but it actually got stretched to 1.5 to 2 months only. And the third revision was in the last 1 month itself, which had the RTP and the revision test paper and the mock test papers.
Mock test papers.
Mock test papers the only online one which the institute keeps on the website, but I did not actually go to the institute to give any exams as such.
Okay. But ठीक है, last 1 month में आपने सारे mock test papers भी किए and you were thorough with the syllabus almost 5 months.
Yes.
Okay.
Leaving apart the amendments which come in the last moment, I was at least well aware of the entire course, had gone through the entire course 5 months before.
So definitely that's a big thing. That means कि आपको कम से कम 3 times revision अगर आप कर लेते हो तो yes, you can aim for rank and that too such a big rank. It is, you know. अच्छा, एक चीज मुझे और पूछनी थी आपसे. जैसे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स बोलते हैं आपने जो भी टीचर्स का बेस मटेरियल किया, जैसे मुझे तो 3 सब्जेक्ट्स के बारे में तो मुझे पता है. आपने ऑडिट के लिए मेरा मटेरियल किया होगा, लॉ के लिए आपने भंडारी सर का मटेरियल किया होगा, कॉस्टिंग के लिए आपने संजय अग्रवाल सर का मटेरियल किया होगा. ठीक है, तो जैसे जिन टीचर्स से आपने कोचिंग्स पढ़ी है, अभी मैं खाली उन टीचर्स पे कॉन्सेंट्रेट करती हूँ, तो आपने बाद में उसके बाद प्रैक्टिस मैनुअल भी जरूर किया होगा मुझे लगता है.
Practice manual I did not do for all the subjects.
Okay.
But I did for costing and audit law. We do it simultaneously in the coaching. Then particular things like I could not go through all the practice manuals definitely because it takes a lot of time, but I tried to cover up things which were like different from or maybe a little extra from what we do in the coaching.
Okay.
So that
Okay.
And then subjects like ISCA and all I did totally from the study material.
अच्छा, इसका you did from study material.
Study material.
Very nice. Because बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स आए हैं भाई आपके. और ओवरऑल जब आपकी AIR 1 आती है तो फिर आप माइक्रो लेवल पे नहीं चीजों को चेक करते हो कि हाँ क्या है क्या नहीं. ओवरऑल आई मीन आपका और सेकंड रैंक देयर इज अ जस्ट ह्यूज गैप, सो डेफिनेटली आपने बहुत अच्छे मार्क्स लेकर के आए हो. अच्छा, अगेन कमिंग टू द पॉइंट, बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स ऐसी चीज पूछते हैं कि तो आपने बेस मटेरियल उसके बाद में कुछ चीजों के लिए प्रैक्टिस मैनुअल आपने इंस्टीट्यूट का रेफर किया, इसका के लिए यू हैव रेफर टू दिस स्टडी मटेरियल ओनली. ओके. अच्छा, एक चीज बताओ, जैसे बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स पूछते हैं प्रेजेंटेशन की क्या टिप्स होनी चाहिए. तो चलो एक काम करते हैं, पहले मैं अपने प्रेजेंटेशन के वर्क के लिए मैं बात करती हूँ, लाइक थ्योरी सब्जेक्ट्स के प्रेजेंटेशन के लिए. तो इट शुड बी पैरास और पॉइंट्स और अ मिक्स ऑफ बोथ, या क्वेश्चंस को देख करके आंसर कर देते एज इन अगर केस स्टडी है तो मैं उसको कुछ पैराग्राफ्स में डिवाइड करूं, और अगर कुछ
So if the question is such where the answer is actually in points, like there are like 8-9 points,
yes,
then I definitely stuck to points.
Right.
But if an answer is in a way where you have to give a reasoning or something, I tried to make small paragraphs. Not even a large paragraph, because large paragraphs make things monotonous and you really don't know how much would the examiner be reading. Coming on to case laws, I always divide my case laws in 3 parts where I write the facts of the case, the legal position and the conclusion at the end.
ठीक है.
And I did try to learn the important case laws names because I'm not very sure whether they actually get marks for it, but then definitely that leaves a good impression on the overall paper when you quote the case laws name. But again, there is a caution point here that in case you're not very sure with the case name, you should not quote, because quoting a wrong name will definitely deduct your marks.
Yes.
But quoting a right name gives you the marks or not, that I can't say, but wrong answer would definitely deduct your marks.
Okay. And what about section numbers?
Section numbers for my direct tax and direct tax, I actually remembered a lot of section numbers.
Very good.
Indirect tax also, primarily all the important section numbers I tried to learn.
Okay. And what about Companies Act?
Law, tax and direct tax and indirect, so all three sections are important. But again, that's the main point. There are times when you actually get confused between section numbers when you're writing the answers. So even I faced such a problem, so I avoided writing those section numbers where I was getting slightly confused. But only where I was like really sure that this is the section number, I quoted that.
Okay, good.
And right at the beginning of the answer with highlighted things so that it actually captures the attention of the examiner.
Okay. But I think companies में तुमको sections आते हैं. Yes, चलो. So coming to the point, एक और चीज बताओ, आप कुछ keywords पर तो main ध्यान देते होंगे, main focus रखते होंगे theory में.
हाँ. So that is
जैसे कुछ sections आते हैं या कुछ sections आते हैं या कुछ किसी भी तरह से जैसे सेक्शंस आए या कुछ स्टैंडर्ड्स की बात आई या कुछ कॉस्टिंग के अंदर जैसे संजय सर ने कुछ चीज बताई हो कि हाँ इस पर्टिकुलर चीज को आपको हाईलाइट करना है, तो उस तरह की चीजें आप कीवर्ड्स को हाईलाइट करते हो?
Keywords को डेफिनेटली वी शुड ट्राई. देयर आर मोमेंट्स व्हेन सिंस यू आर इन स्पीड यू माइट एक्चुअली फॉरगेट टू हाईलाइट थिंग्स, but then at least I know my 75% paper starting the had things highlighted. But towards the end, if we are in speed, we actually miss on these things. But we need to make it a point to get into the habit of highlighting important things, because even we know when we write long answers, we personally don't like reading such long answers. So same goes for the examiners. Perhaps they also focus on the keywords. And again, when we are learning such bulky subjects, we are focusing only on the keywords, which makes it easy. So what we know is exactly there in the book. If you quote and highlight those words, I guess that leaves a good impression.
Right. And your concepts must be strong beforehand.
Concepts have to be strong because you really never know what questions might pop up in the exams. It's only on the conceptual basis that you can actually score such good marks.
Okay. So स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्टिंग से स्टूडेंट्स को बड़ा डर लगता है कई बार. स्टूडेंट्स बोलते हुए स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्टिंग से बड़ा डर लगता है. तो जैसे आपने जब संजय सर से स्टैंडर्ड कॉस्टिंग पढ़ा तो आपके कॉन्सेप्ट स्ट्रांग हुए, आपको फॉर्मूलाज लिखने की जरूरत तो नहीं हुई.
Standard costing has this one merit that if you are very well versed with the concept, you can make the formula on your own.
Yes.
Because if you sit to learn the formulas can run into perhaps 50-60 formulas for each variance. But if you know the concept, what the variance stands for, I guess you don't need to mug up the formula. You can actually make it on your own.
You can derive it and then right there you can solve the question. चलो ठीक है, गुड. अच्छा, कमिंग टू द अदर पॉइंट, आप मुझे एक चीज बताओ, आप कहीं भी फ्लो चार्ट्स वगैरह कुछ बनाया अपने थियरी सब्जेक्ट्स में, लाइक इसका में हो सकते हैं या?
No, actually, I did not get the time, frankly. Even we planned that we would make it, but seeing the length of the paper, generally we get disheartened. We think might be if we get time towards the end, we'll make it. Since like I generally start each and every answer on a fresh page. Right. So I know after each of the answers there is space left. So I always have this thing in mind. If I get time, I can perhaps come back and make a flow chart. That is a secondary thing, because making only the flow chart would not give me marks. Definitely making a flow chart might fetch me some additional marks. But then personally I did face the problem because of the time management thing. Papers are lengthy.
Audit का paper बहुत lengthy.
Audit was lengthy. Actually all theory papers were primarily lengthy. Even all the classical papers were lengthy. So time management is a very big issue.
Okay.
And problem here, had I been making flowcharts from the very beginning, I might have left certain questions towards the end. So I sort of balanced it. But then people who have good speed can actually make.
तो आप स्टूडेंट्स को ऐसे ये बात एडवाइस करोगे कि लेंथ को मैटर ना करें, अपना एक वो टाइम मैनेजमेंट करें कि इतने टाइम में वो ये क्वेश्चन इतने मार्क्स का कर पाए या नहीं कर पाए.
Time management has to be there. Since almost like in all papers we need to attempt 6 questions. So half an hour is the maximum you can give to a question.
Yes.
And if you exceed it, you need to know that you would be definitely missing on some part of the paper. That is for sure.
Right. टाइम मैनेजमेंट इज अ मस्ट. चलो ये तो बिल्कुल सही बात है. अच्छा, वैसे आपने पेपर पूरा अटेंड करने का कोशिश तो क्या होगा? बिकॉज बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स क्या करते हैं, कहते हैं मैम हम ना ये वाला पार्ट छोड़ देंगे, हम ये इतना सिलेबस छोड़ जाते हैं, आएगा तो देखा जाएगा, 70 मार्क्स का अटेम्प्ट करा.
I actually would not dare to do that. Yes. So I always thought of doing the entire course, and even in paper I attempted 100 marks paper, because if you attend 100 marks paper then you think you might get an exemption, but if you are attempting only 60-70 marks paper, you will not get that, because it's not like whatever we write is 10% correct. So marks हर answer में I really doubt कि they actually give full marks in theory questions.
Right.
So if you attempt all, perhaps that's why you might get a 70 or 80 marks.
Yes.
So that is there.
चलो दैट्स ग्रेट. अच्छा, कई बार ना स्टूडेंट्स का ये भी क्वेश्चन रहता है कि एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम व्हेन वी आर रिवाइजिंग अ पर्टिकुलर syllabus or something, so shall we take up 2 subjects simultaneously? I mean one theory and one practical, or we should stick to just one
I always took 2 subjects because doing one subject, like towards the end, like when we are doing revision, we are definitely giving at least 10 to 14 hours of a day.
Right.
But studying one subject for so long will actually make it go like really monotonous. So maybe 3 hours we are like very attentive and focused on the subject, and gradually towards the end we start losing our focus. So I definitely try to balance the theory and practical subject.
Right.
Again, the theory subject had actually for me it had my night shift because I am very focused at night rather than morning. I'm not a morning person. But again, you need to figure out whichever time you are more focused should go to the theory, and whichever time you become a little lenient should go for the practical.
Yes, because for everyone.
So people have their differences. Like some are morning people who study early in the morning, they prefer theory in the morning. I was a night person, so I did my theory at night.
ओके अच्छा, और आपने ये तो बता ही दिया, आपने कुछ मॉक टेस्ट पेपर्स जो ऑनलाइन इंस्टीट्यूट के होते हैं आपने उनको ट्राई किया.
Again, I could not do it for the theory subjects, but practical subjects I did see because practical towards the end.
Practical आपसे ज़्यादा strong है.
No, actually, ma'am, what we realize is practical subjects at the end you can't practice the sums. You even don't know what sums to look through. So you think perhaps if I see a few test papers, I might get to know what are the important things. Maybe I can quickly recap some important things. Either you do the past year papers. So I did not do the past year papers. I thought of doing the mock test papers because they have the amendment questions there and all those important things.
Yes. And do you do RTPs for all the subjects?
RTPs I did see, and actually this time I guess a lot came from the RTP.
Yes.
Sums exactly came from the RTP. We didn't tax or even in law, major portion came from RTP and practice manual both.
Right. चलो अच्छा, what about social media? So आप exam से 6 months पहले, 3 months पहले, 2 months पहले, you were very active?
No,
so
you were. I have been active on WhatsApp, but then September beginning I actually went off all social media. So September, October, 2 months before my exams, we have to sacrifice such things because it will definitely divert us.
तो वो सेक्रीफाइस किया, इसीलिए तो आज एक बात बताइए, आज आप क्या है कि हर किसी को इतना प्राउड फील हो रहा है. इट इज जस्ट ड्यू टू योर हार्ड वर्क, बट इवन एज योर टीचर्स, मैं अगर स्टारगेट की बात करूँ तो मुझे बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. भंडारी सर से आपने लॉ पढ़ा, उनको बहुत अच्छा लग रहा है. संजय सर कॉस्टिक, उनको बहुत, मतलब हमको एज ए टीचर इतना अच्छा लग रहा है कि तो डेफिनेटली आपने इतना सेक्रीफाइस किया है भाई. सो प्लीज स्टूडेंट्स जिनको भी ये लगता है सारा टाइम सोशल मीडिया, फ्रेंड से फोन्स पे बात करनी है, उसको थोड़ा सा कम कर दीजिए जस्ट फॉर 6 months. आई थिंक 6 months के लिए तो पूरा टोटली फोकस हो जाए और आप पहले भी अपना रेगुलर स्टडीज करते रहे हो तो सब कुछ अच्छा
Actually, the main thing is those 5-month leaves that every student gets. So that we should make every minute of that.
You are in big four.
So 5 months is the thing you get, and 5 months every moment counts over there. Even before 5 months, like you really need to be thorough, like through the course once before those 5 months. You cannot leave anything for those 5 months. And actually for the first round of revision, second round of revision, and if possible the third round of revision.
Okay. That ways. So मुझे लगता है सबको ये बात बोलनी चाहिए कि एक बार पूरा सिलेबस एंड देन उसके बाद में राउंड्स ऑफ रिविजन्स, एटलीस्ट 2 रिविजन्स आर मस्ट फॉर एवरी सब्जेक्ट, और 3 रिविजन्स आप करते हो तो इससे अच्छा तो कुछ भी नहीं है. एंड देन उसके बाद में प्रैक्टिस मैनुअल एंड एवरीथिंग शुड बी टच्ड. मतलब नहीं, नॉट टच्ड, इट शुड बी टेकन. ओके. अच्छा, एक चीज मुझे और बताओ, आपको एग्जाम के टाइम पे जो प्रेशर होता है, आई थिंक प्रोबेबली दिस इज माय लास्ट क्वेश्चन, ठीक है, क्योंकि आपने बहुत सारे टिप्स तो बता ही दिए हैं, सारे इंपॉर्टेंट टिप्स जो रैंक होल्डर्स की तरफ से सब स्टूडेंट्स को ध्यान रखना चाहिए. एग्जाम के टाइम पे प्रेशर होता है, बहुत ज्यादा प्रेशर हमारे ऊपर कि हाँ whether we people would be able to meet the expectations, और I don't know कितनी तरह के प्रेशर आप हैंडल कर लेते थे, कैसे करते थे?
I am not really very sure what shall I say over here. Handle कर लेते थे कि नहीं, but I guess we have no option. We really need to manage it. If we lose our calm, actually someone used to tell me, people, all our seniors, that patience is one thing you really cannot lose and see it. Even those 5 months when you're preparing, each time you look back at the books, you feel that you've forgotten everything. And I guess that is the thing which every student experiences, because the course is no doubt very vast and very widely. But it's just like you really need to have confidence in yourself and the belief that whatever you've done, you'll be able to recall. And during the exam days, I guess the people around you are giving you exams when you're staying with your family, they support you enough to help you cope up with all the pressure. And time management is the crux, because even though we get 1 day leave after every exams, but seeing the course हर subject में जितना है, we know we cannot actually try and revise everything, but beforehand we need to really mark all the important things, perhaps all those things which we found difficult, so that we have seen it at the last moment. because that is what will stay with us in the exam hall, what we see 24 hours before. So personally what I used to do was, in theory subjects I had certain important areas which I had marked, like I have to see this at the last day, because if I won't see I might not be able to recall those things. Same goes for the practical. Practical, okay, fine, we can actually go through all the formulae. Maybe if people maintain concept, we can go through that. But time management is the crux. Like planning those 24 hours which you get before the exams is how you can manage to get good marks.
Chalo, many congratulations, and many congratulations to you, to your family, and you know, like we people can expect कि हाँ आप सबसे आपकी इतनी अच्छी बातें बताई, आपने प्रेजेंटेशन टिप्स बताए, आपने मटेरियल की बातें बताई, आपने ये भी बताया कि प्रैक्टिस वन विल पास इट इन पेपर्स, मॉक टेस्ट पेपर्स, सब करना कितना जरूरी है. आई जस्ट होप कि आपकी इन सब चीज़ों से जो भी स्टूडेंट्स हैं वो इन चीज़ों को सीखें, एंड डेफिनेटली दे विल बेनिफिट इट. एंड आई रिमेंबर वन थिंग. You came once in my batch. You remember?
Yeah.
Last year of the batch, you came in Shah Auditorium. और आपने IPCC के स्टूडेंट्स को कुछ बताया था. And from that batch, AIR 2, AIR 3, AIR 11, I don't know, so many AIRs, and everybody thanked Iti Di. कि पता है, Iti ने आकर के हमको IPC के लिए इतनी अच्छी टिप्स दिए थे. मुझे लगता है मैंने कभी आपको इस चीज के लिए थैंक यू नहीं बोला. So today I'm thanking you.
I guess you should thank you widely.
Seriously, I mean, thank you so much for being here, and you know, for telling everybody so good tips.
I personally need to thank all my teachers, because if after parents anyone is there who actually guides you all through the journey are the teachers.
Oh my God,
and they actually
so
see
nice
that
of
hope
you.
and believe in you, which makes you believe in yourself. Because at times I know I get disheartened, so when I speak to my teachers, I understand if they are expecting from me, there might be something in me which makes me start working even harder.
Oh my God, that's so nice of you. You're so grounded. Always be like that, and God bless you. Many congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.